my main question is, this is a very honest question. I went to US around 15 years ago. At that time, everybody was using sunscreen. Okay, I told them that hey, I don't need sunscreen. I have a darker skin, so I don't need sunscreen. And they were like, "What are you talking about?" No. You were. So now I'm getting conflicting evidence from a dermatologist per se that US dermatologist is saying that you need to do sunscreen. Indian dermatologist was telling me that probably so where should we actually draw the line?
So one is, what is sunscreen doing to us that we already don't have? It's protecting us from the UVA, UVB, maybe a little bit of UVC leak in some countries because of ozone depletion. And now we also know it's not just the UV band that we were talking about. Visible light, there's enough papers to say even visible light harms you if you already have pigmentation. For example, melasma. It may make melasma worse if you have even light exposure. Then there is blue light. Now, what is blue light? It is still in the spectrum of the visible light, but it is a highly activated visible light. That is blue light. That's coming from your various gadgets.
Blue light is good in daylight, right? During daytime, they say blue light is
It's all right because daylight cuts it a little. But in the night when everything is off, highly activated light is activated. So it's there. Then you also have the infrared, which may not penetrate and kill you, but it will cause heat and inflammation and burn and kill you from the top. Now, why do we need a sunscreen at all? Is to protect you from all of this, right? Now, we as doctors know there's a Fitzpatrick scale from 1 to 6. 1 being lightest skin, blue eye, light hair, burns a lot, tans very less. While the last is 6, which is darker skin, darker eyes, darker hair, burns very less, but tans very high. Then the spectrum in between. So the lighter skinned fellows are light everywhere because they don't have melanin, correct? That is the main protecting factor for us from the sun. That's number 1. Number 2 also is the dead skin on top, which is your stratum corneum. Right on the top is what is your dead skin, which also adds to the protection along with the clumped melanin, which is trying to throw out. So that is also there. Then we also have sebaceous glands, the sebaceous activity, more sebaceous secretion. That also is a type of a protection for you. Now, in a type 1 or a light-skinned person, all this is less. In our type or in the extreme 6 type, all this is more. So practically, this requires a lot of extra protection because you don't have your own protection. While this requires least protection because you have some protection on your own. But like I said, now with newer papers coming, plus what are we doing to our skin? A lot of us today, whether it is doctor prescribed or self-prescribed, dermatology has become something where everybody is a dermatologist, right? Everyone is a dermatologist. If not, they're cosmetologists. So they're all somebody there, experts in their own right. So with this, we are also prescribing left, right, and center. Taking left, right, and center, so you're damaging the barrier. So now, no matter what Fitzpatrick you are, if your skin is damaged, the sun rays is going to kill you further. Right? So I can't just tell now, depending on the skin color, you may not use a sunscreen. What is the damage on your skin? Number 1, where are you staying? How bad is your ozone layer? Is the sun rays really bad? You have a normal, let's say you're somewhere between 3 and I think we Indians are somewhere between 2, 3, 4 and 5. Up north, the Aryan descent
2, 3.
are 2, 3. Then you also have the Mongolian descent. We are also 2, 3, the northeastern guys. While the southern guys who are more Dravidian descent could be around 4, 5. Somewhere in between, we are all 3. Idhar udhar se everywhere. So we require a sunscreen to give what we don't have, which is protection. So a Western doctor is going to tell you, you need sunscreen. That is because that fellow doesn't have any melanin there. So he will need it. But while our fellows, some of us have more melanin, some of us have less melanin. So to be on the safer side, you end up saying, please use sunscreen. That is why I said, My mom never used a sunscreen. I'm sure your mom, our grannies never used a sunscreen. For 2 reasons. 1, the sun wasn't that harsh, meaning to say that the ozones weren't depleted. So therefore the sun didn't kill us so much. 2, Our oxidative stress from inside probably was not that much. Inflammation was probably not that much. So something from inside with a better food and better nourishment was also taking care of us. Three, they didn't experiment with the skin like we do, no? Like you said, they did maybe Fair and Lovely, Pond's cold cream, Charmis. You remember
Yeah, yeah.
Charmis?
Pond's powder.
Pond's powder. Life is done. Aesthetics is done. So the barrier was well protected. So therefore, the difference of opinion with sunscreen and different ages, whereas I didn't use sunscreen all my life just because your mom didn't use sunscreen. If you don't use sunscreen and then you're using retinol, vitamin C, glycolic acid, salicylic acid, and then say, oh, I also will not use sunscreen, it's not going to work because you're killing your barrier. You need sunscreen.